Today we're going to take a look at the 5-day bug out kit from the folks at Tac Bar. Coming up on Survival on Purpose. Welcome back to Survival on Purpose. My name is Brian. Thanks for joining me. So I've done a couple of different videos on this channel about food before. We took a look at some survival tabs, which are definitely better than bugs, and some long-term storage food from the folks at Valley Food Storage. And today we're going to take a look at a little different slant on the whole survival food situation. And this is some really calorie-dense survival type food. This is from the folks at Tac Bar, obviously. This is their bug out pack, and this features basically 12,500 total calories of food. So it's enough to have 2,500 calories per day for 5 days. But it's also got some other little stuff in it. You can see this is still sealed up. I've not opened this. We're going to kind of open it together and take a look and see what's in there, and we'll try this out. So let me take you down to the stump top and we'll take a look and see what's in here. Oh, by the way, thanks to the folks at Tac Bar for sending me this so I can show it to you. Okay, so here is the Tac Bar 5-day bug out kit. And you'll notice, first thing you'll notice about this is it comes in a little plastic ammo box. And part of the thinking behind that is A, it protects it during shipping and storage, and B, it's stackable. A lot of times ammo boxes are one of the preferred storage containers for any kind of preps and supplies, so this fits right in with the whole mode there. And then you'll see that it's got a seal on it. So the first thing I want to do is go ahead and open that seal. Man, we got a lot of mosquitoes out here today. So let's just open the seal. The old thermostat, by the way, is working overtime. Let's go ahead and open this up and see what's in here now. So it's got a nice little latch on it here. We open it up, and several things in here. First of all, so not only is food important, but obviously water is important too. This comes with 10 aqua tabs inside this little sealed up pouch, which is good for 10 liters of water. So you can purify your water with these tabs if you need to. And if you don't have a container, you can actually use this container. It's actually a 4-quart container. So when you take all these out, got a couple little stickers in here, pretty cool. And a little bonus they give you is just I noticed this is a belt. So it's just a little just a belt. Hold your britches up. That's pretty cool. But the meat and potatoes of this thing, so to speak, is here. And these are pouches. And these things are custom made 4-layer Mylar pouches. Have a shelf life of 5 years. They're 110 microns. They're about the strongest pouches around. And you notice there's no notches up here to open them. So basically you need to have a knife or something. And that's on purpose because they've actually testing shown that you could have accidental opening by fooling around with it. So they eliminated that so you don't have any opening or anything like that, because it needs to be maintained sealed. Once it is open and unsealed, you need to consume it within 5 days. Also, even the matte black packaging just doesn't draw attention if you're trying to keep yourself in a low profile situation. So again, this is 2,500 calories as it says in here. There's 3 servings in this bag, so 1 bar is good for 3 servings, and each serving has at least 1/3 of your basic daily requirements for almost everything, except vitamin C, which is a lot more than that. So altogether it's going to be 840 calories per serving for basically 2,500 calories per bar. There's no cooking required, no heating required. It says you can dissolve in water if you need to. I can tell you this thing feels pretty dense. So I did dent it. So without a bunch more rambling, let's just take a bite of this stuff and see what it's like. Okay, let's open this up and see what she tastes like. All right, and basically you see 3 different bars. Each bar is basically a meal. So let's go ahead and see if we can break one of them off. I'm just going to try to break it. Okay, it's very crumbly, so I lost a few calories on the ground. Not a bunch, but a few. But I got just that much. So here we go. It's really hard to describe the taste, you know, but it's really got a little bit of a weird flavor. Not bad weird, just weird, you know. How do you describe that? I think you definitely need to have some water with you if you're eating this, though, because it's just one of those things that you eat that you really need to drink some water. you can definitely tell that the first ingredient is sugar. You get a lot of calories there. It's got that sweetness with just a little bit of tang to it, a little bit of kind of a salty, soury. It's really hard to describe. So bottom line, it's not horrible. I'm not going to pretend to say that it's the most delicious thing I've ever put in my mouth, but it's definitely okay. It's not something that you would just dread eating, you know, for 5 days. Although I bet you at the end of that 5 days, you'd be willing to swap a couple of these for a good old cheeseburger. But that's probably true about anything. One of the things I really do like about this is there's not a lot of artificial ingredients. And basically it's pure cane sugar, wheat flour, shortenings, corn syrup, honey, cornstarch, and whey protein isolates, and oats. And then less than 2% is natural flavor, shredded coconut, unsweetened lecithin granules, guar gum, calcium phosphate, kosher salt, ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C, ascorbic palmitate, which is an antioxidant, and citric acid, which is vitamin C. And then it's got a lot of added vitamins and minerals. So not a lot of stuff you can't pronounce on here, which I always like that. I like the fact that it's 2,500 calories in here. So honestly, this is for 5 days. You can stretch that down and in a true survival situation and 2 people for 5 days or even for 10 days. I really like the fact that they give you some the water treatment tabs, 10 tabs. Those are just, man, that can be absolutely gold. And you can really use, if you have to, you can use the canister for a container to put your water in. So I do think it's a very good option if you're looking for something just to for an emergency food. This is not going to be something, in my opinion, that's going to take camping or something like that. That's not really what it's for. It's for grabbing. You know, you grab one of these packs right here. I think these things are like $70 on Amazon, I think, and throw it in your vehicle or throw it in your bug out supplies. Maybe grab 2 or 3 of them if you need to. And if you really have an emergency, you can grab this thing. That's going to give you enough calories to really do some whatever you need to do, the activities that are going to be required during survival. 2,500 calories a day is pretty good, and you can actually survive on a lot less than that. So that's the Tac Bar. And by the way, that's from the folks at Expedition Research. They were also kind enough to send me a couple of their ruggedized dry bags, and we'll take a look at these. They sent me the 35 liter and the 15 liter. By the way, the timing on this is just excellent. This is really a good time to let the cat out of the bag, so to speak, and talk about an upcoming trip we got coming up here on the channel. So the Boy Scout troop and I are going to be going on a week-long sea kayaking adventure in a couple of months to the Outer Banks in North Carolina. So we're going to be going from one island to another kayaking for a week. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do much video, you know, while I'm on the trip. I'm going to do my best. I've got a GoPro and some extra batteries. Hopefully that'll work. But I'm also going to be trying out and testing a lot of gear while I'm on the trip. And so in the upcoming weeks as we head into the trip, I'll kind of give you some looks at some of the gear that I'm going to be taking, and then we'll do a follow-up after the trip, kind of like an after-action report, and we'll talk about what worked really well, maybe what I learned. Hopefully nothing didn't work, but if it didn't, we'll let you know about that too. Anyway, if you're like me and kind of used to eating, and you're looking for maybe something that will be as an emergency type situation where you could have a emergency rations, whether that's for a bug out situation or whether you just want to keep it at your house in case of a natural disaster, or just for being generally prepared, because it's always a good thing to be prepared, right? You might really want to check out the ready to eat Tac Bars from the folks at Expedition Research. Once again, thanks to the folks at Expedition Research for sending me this stuff so I can show it to you. And as always, thank you for watching Survival on Purpose. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for clicking that thumbs up. Thanks for sharing this video with all your friends. And thank you so much for doing all your Amazon shopping through the Survival on Purpose links. I really appreciate the support. Once again, my name's Brian. You're watching Survival on Purpose. Remember, survival's not an accident. So be prepared. See you next time. It's definitely edible.